welcome back to the next of the Agents Together video series, where we talk about HR, training and development and the importance of that in a profitable estate and letting agency business. I'm today joined by Laura Courtney, who is a HR people person at Miles & Barr, who are a big estate agency chain, 12 offices in the wonderful county of Kent. Laura, talk to me about the importance of training and development in a estate agency. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I think in the previous video I talked about our engagement survey that I'd done. So one of the things that came out of that, the early ones, was that people wanted us to look at reward and recognition, but also career development and growth opportunities. So as a business, we went about sort of trying to understand what it was we could put in place for people to see that they had a pathway through with our business. I think people that work in recruitment will recognise people nowadays don't tend to stay with the first employer like possibly your dad did, or my dad, or grandparents, and people will jump across careers and companies looking.
Especially the younger generation, it's quite, the done thing to move every couple of years. I mean, in a state agency, the attrition rate of people leaving is probably on average around a third of your staff.
Yeah.
Where's Miles & Barr?
So we've reduced ours right down to 12%.
12%?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope you're hoping to get into single figures soon, aren't you?
It'd be lovely, yeah. It would be really lovely.
And do you put some of that down to your training and development?
Absolutely, but I think ultimately what we've done is gone out as a business to say, look, this is our career path. We've put together a full career framework. We've taken every role within our business and explained what that role is, what skills and qualities you would need to be able to complete that role.
So you've actually said if you wanted to be a divisional director, you need to do this, 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 this and this. If you want to be a branch manager, you need to do this, this and this. What? So everybody's aware what they need to do. So there's no voodoo magic or anything. I mean, it seems very simple to actually put these pathways out there. Why don't other agents do it?
I'm not sure, but I recommend that they do. So what we actually did was group our business into our sales family and our support family. And every role within our business is put into what we call a salary band. And we've got a visual representation of how you move through those salary bands towards what your ultimate career goal may be.
So not only can you tell people what they need to do, but you also have a banding so they know what everyone, if I want that, that's what I'm going to get paid.
Yeah, it's so transparent. It's really clear. Before we had that, I think I said again in an earlier video that different pockets of our business were maybe being treated differently, even being paid and rewarded differently. We've just kind of wiped the slate clean and said, these are the roles, this is what you get paid, this is what you need to be able to do that role. And we've also, as part of our annual performance cycles, we encourage managers to have career discussions with their staff, put together personal development plans with their staff that the staff own themselves. It's their development, their career. But ultimately, we don't want people leaving our business because they don't see a future or they don't see a career progression.
How do you get your colleagues to take ownership of this, or does it naturally do that because you're talking about them?
I think it naturally does that because we're talking about it. We openly celebrate people that have had progression or promotion within their bands and within their roles. We sort of celebrate that across our business and put it out there. Any role that's got a vacancy, we will always advertise that internally as well as externally. So it's a constant conversation, and people are seeing that there are opportunities within our business. They don't need to go elsewhere.
And is it very much a carrot and stick where basically not only do you have to support them, but also challenge them if they're not moving forward on their journey?
We've got a saying within our business of rock stars and superstars. So we recognise and celebrate that in a lot of teams there'll be a rock star. And what I mean by that is they're at the top of their game, they're amazing, they're doing great things, but it's just not the right time for them to necessarily be catapulting their career forward. And we say that's okay. We all need some rock stars for that stability within
So you've got
the team.
someone who's a great lister who normally in another estate agency would, right, I'm going to be a branch manager, when in reality, hey, you're doing a cracking job, stay where you are.
Yeah, we'll encourage people to move forward if they want to, but what we're saying is if someone's happy where they are and they're doing a great job, they won't feel the pressure to necessarily move on if it's not the right time for them.
And do these salary bands allow for someone to, as a lister, to almost earn as much as a branch manager if they're flying?
So the bands, you can get to the top of your band before you promote up. Then you would, there's little between the top of one band and the bottom of
There's
another.
a bit. So again, it allows people to continue on doing the job because let's be honest, there's loads of values out there that shouldn't have been made branch managers. So what you're telling me is great development means better staff retention, happier colleagues, and more transparency, which is what your survey said, which is, if you look at any employer survey, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for your time today, Laura. This is, as I said, one of 7 videos in the Agents Together video series talking about how HR training development can make you win at a state and letting agency. Thank you for your time today, Laura.
No problem.